What is going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here. We will be running our usual active player base check here, and of course, as well as you guys can see here, I am on my baby account, and yeah, we will be running the checks on there. Now, usually what I like to do is I like to check the specific game modes like Cosmic Crucible, and of course as well with the leaderboard event leaving today, excuse me. We'll also be able to take a chance and take a look at that as well. So with my baby account, you guys will see here that we are at about 173,000, and I do feel like Cosmic Crucible is usually a good one because you need that minimum level of 60 to enter into the Cosmic Crucible side of things. So yeah, and I think what's important here to see here is despite the fact that we are at 173,000, we do have a very early stage into the season. There's 35 days left on it, so of course as well take it with a grain of salt. But I will say that previously, if you guys had seen some of my other footage from a couple weeks prior, we were sitting at a higher tribunal ranking at 75, and we were actually at 214,000. So this is quite a big drop actually. Even though we have a lower tribunal ranking, the numbers actually I don't know if they've removed accounts permanently or if because of the ban wave, things had to get, shuffled around a little bit, but definitely for sure, some definitely, numbers that are worth mentioning here. That is quite a significant drop since the last time we did this update a few weeks ago. And I'll have the video in the description if you guys want to have a look at that as well. But like I said, it is quite interesting to see that. On top of that as well, we haven't really been playing my baby account because we've been using it kind of more as a leaderboard check and all that other stuff. But as you guys will see here, we've barely registered any points on this leaderboard event. And you guys will also see here that, yeah, it's also consistent with what we're seeing with Cosmic Crucible. We've only registered 1 point here. I think they gave a point to everybody because they were trying something new with the leaderboard event. But as you guys see here, there's about 6 hours left on the event. So fairly accurate to say, and of course as well, you'll see here that we are, there is definitely for sure people around me in this area where they are active. And let me just see here, 3 days. Okay, maybe not. But yeah, what I will also say is with the inputs being raid inputs, I do feel like in a lot of leaderboard events, when there's like war inputs, there's Cosmic Crucible inputs, the raid ones are very, very accurate for the player base because that means we're basically not even doing raids at minimum, right? We've only, on my raids, we've only been kind of just jumping in here and we haven't really done any attacks or anything like that. But like I said, I think these numbers are fairly consistent with what we're seeing with the Cosmic Crucible side of things right now. So 170, 180-ish. And of course as well, the other one I like to check here as well is the power leaderboards. My account is very, very... it is kind of on the lower end because I don't really gear and tier characters up, but you'll see here that there is a vast number where the minimums are, I guess, or the maximums, right? We've seen that the active player base is probably within the top 100,000, and then of course as well near the bottom is kind of where we are, and that's kind of where the 300-ish mark is, which is, I think it's fairly consistent because I think they don't really remove accounts, right? Even with these guys that have 1-year accounts or 5-year accounts, they don't really take these accounts out. They just kind of leave them in there. And of course as well, it's even more evident when you go into Dark Dimension and you go look at the previous leaderboard finishers, right? And you'll see here that some of these guys have been playing, or okay, maybe there's not this Fate's Fairy is a good one. He stopped for 167 days. And then of course as well, if you guys recall, there was also Philosopher. I think he was in Dark Dimension 3, or was he in Dark Dimension 5? I'm trying to remember here now. There we go, Philosopher. So his account was over 3 years and 300 days ago, so almost 4 years to the date. And yeah, and I mean that account's still active in the game, and yeah, obviously they don't remove these older accounts, so these numbers are obviously very kind of up in the air here, right? So 300,000 is pretty large overestimation of it. The other one I want to look at here as well is the leaderboard, or sorry, not the leaderboard, the recent Breaker Surfer. We only registered 1 node running basically our lowest characters possible as well, and I only tried to do 1 node so that it would be an accurate measure. And again, what's important here I think is to note that there was only about 95,000 players, including myself, and maybe a ballpark that a little more, that only did 1 node at difficulty 1 with no mods running, right? And I try to take as much turns as possible so that the efficiency scores were terrible, right? So this is what I got overall. 1 node And of course as well, like I said, that means, you know, the vast majority of people aren't even hitting that first node and getting the 15 shards. And that tells you, right? Like, you know, how competitive are these leaderboards, right? Obviously, we know the top 100 is always crazy, right? Like, I was in it and I was watching it, and I think we got about 300-ish on my main account, but the top 500, the top 1,000 is usually very, very active, right? It's currently very evident right now as well in the current leaderboard, where obviously you can't see it on my baby account here, but it is quite competitive in the first 100. And like I said, these are quite inflated numbers because everyone wants the diamonds on Angel, and I think that's important because obviously he's part of the new team, and they want to get some big Cosmic Crucible Exalted teams, which makes a lot of sense. But nonetheless, these are the numbers. This is what I've been kind of doing here on the baby account, in case you guys are curious. Let me know in the comments below if this is shocking or not. Again, I'm not saying anything positive or negative, just wanted to deliver the numbers to you guys so you guys are knowing what's going on here with the active player base. And yeah, we'll continue to track this as we go here. But yeah, the Cosmic Crucible one was a bit shocking, that there was quite a bit of a drop, despite the fact that our ranking, right, didn't really change all that much, but almost a 40,000 player drop in terms of the overall players. So clearly there was some removal or something, because I was a little shocked by those numbers. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. Happy Thursday. Hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next one.